Tease. All right, so I like to pray before I get out of bed in the mornings because honestly, if I get out of bed or if I get a phone call from my mama or nowadays my niece, it's over. Like I'm gonna pray a little late. Because what? Hey y'all, welcome to the Shadea Renee's podcast. Grab your favorite water, your favorite snack, whatever you like, and let's lock into this video. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to the Shadea Renee's podcast. Welcome, guys. If you're new and you're here for the first time, thank you for joining the lovely community that we have going on over here, the lovely growing community. And if you guys are here, my day one A1s, thank you. Y'all, let's talk about how we're growing. Like, it's not me, it's us. Like, this family, we're growing. I'm grateful. And don't be shy, guys, to comment. Don't be shy to like. Don't be shy to share. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. And if you are a little too shy and you don't want to share such personal questions, because I know I do speak on very touchy topics, very topics that really deals with the heart and healing. So if you don't want to share your questions in the comments, please feel free to use up all the social media handles and reach out to me there. I'm here to answer any question that you may have. And one more time, thank you so much, so much, so much. I cannot stop saying thank you. I like to share my story to individuals, not like a community of people, but I feel like, no, if I went through it, it's to help somebody else. So whatever you go through is to help somebody else. It's not for me to keep to myself, especially when I'm overcome that. It's not for me to keep to myself. It's for me to help others so that they're able to overcome those same things that I went through. So thank you guys for reaching out. Thank you guys for your words of encouragement. And thank you for growing our community. Thank you for sharing our community. I saw that. Thank you. So if you guys see me looking down, I'm looking at my iPad because I made notes. This is one of my favorite topics. This is very close to my heart because it took me a lot of time and a lot of discipline to get to this that we're speaking on right now. So I'm super excited for this topic. And I'm super excited to share with you. So if you didn't read the title, it is Building and Maintaining a Solid Relationship with God. And I'm giving you a 5-step guide on how I did it and what's worked for me before and what is currently working for me right now. Now, disclaimer, disclaimer, what works for everyone might not work for you. Just like a diet, just like regimens, just like a skincare, just like a regular relationship. What works for me might not work for you, but there are some steps that you can tweak and use and turn it your way and make it work for you in the right way. So these are step guides of how to build a solid relationship with God, not necessarily guides you have to follow in that order, not necessarily guides that are functioning in a certain way or pattern. This is all about how you want to do it. But I do know that a lot of people struggle in this area, and oftentimes we are told to pray, and oftentimes we are told to read our Bibles, and oftentimes we are told to get to learn the voice of God and get to know the voice of God, and we don't know how. And truth is, we really weren't taught step by step by our parents, by our peers. We were just expected to learn this on our own. So that's why I'm here, and I got you because I have my steps that work for me. I'm going to share them with you. You're going to tweak them and make them your own and find your own way and your own pattern, how to build your own personal relationship. And you're going to be strong in that area because here is a safe space, a positive place for healing, growth, and love. Oh, let's get into the video. So my first step I would recommend for building a solid, keyword here is solid, building a solid relationship with God is to make it personal. A relationship with God is just like any other relationship in regards to the expectations. You have to make it personal and implement certain steps in order for it to really work. Just like a relationship with a friend, a partner, your parents, and pretty much everyone you want to grow a healthy relationship with, it will require its own uniqueness, its own time, its own effort, its own patience, its own love, its own respect, and its own commitment. And what do I mean by that? Because sometimes we look at God as such a disciplinary, and we look at God as such a powerful being that we don't even think that we're even able to come close to having a relationship with someone or a being so powerful, or a source creator so powerful. And I want to tell y'all that's false, because that was my belief. I really believed that I couldn't touch God. I believed that it was just impossible. I believed that it was very like limited to have a relationship with God, until I learned from the Holy Book that it without faith, it's impossible to please God. And as I grow over the years being saved, I learned that I don't really necessarily need a person to talk to God for me on my behalf. I was able to do that myself. How I realized that by talking to God, things were working for me. I realized that by the way how things were happening in my life. Not necessarily blessings, but a lot of things I struggled with. I realized that they were getting healed as I would ask God to help me, and as I would talk to God to help me. And when I say talk to God, it's kind of what people would say pray, but in my aspect of talking to God, I literally would talk to God like I'm talking to you right now. In fact, God is my bestie, and we have a lot of fun. I love to make a lot of jokes. I love to make a lot of jokes. I love to like do the most. And when I'm talking to close people, like my mom, my niece, my sister, my aunt, I love to share how I relate to God and how we like crack up. And you can't tell me nothing, okay? Because God is laughing with me, and He laughing at my jokes, and He thinks they're funny. And nobody can tell me nothing. And He even do like little things that makes it so funny for me too. Like if something happened, I'd be like, God, you're funny, huh? You know, just to kind of give me that humor. So let's not stray from the topic. When I say make it personal, meaning like how you'd have a regular relationship with your partner. You want to learn them. You want to be the best for them. You want to understand them. You want to know what makes them happy. You're concerned to know what makes them sad. Now I know you would say, okay, so if I have a relationship with God, how am I going to know what makes Him happy, know what makes Him sad, know what He likes, know what He doesn't like? Like, what? How am I going to know? And how you gonna know? How we gonna know? You know that TikTok, y'all, like, how we gonna know? How they gonna know? How they supposed to know? That just came to my mind. I'm a little silly, y'all, so bear with me. I love to have fun, love to laugh, so bear with me, y'all. Listening 2x if you think I talk too slow, because y'all be telling me I just talk so fast. So listening 2x if y'all think that I talk too slow. But how do you know, the things that pleases God and the things that He likes and He dislikes? Like, for example, your partner or your friend would tell you, how would you know exactly what God likes and what He dislikes? And it's super simple, the Holy Book. You'll know what God likes and what God dislikes by reading the Holy Book. And the Bible literally is instructions. How they say, like, it's literally instructions before leaving Earth, basic instructions before leaving Earth. So that's how you'll know the wrong and the right. And as you build that relationship with God and you make it personal, you eventually will know. Just like a relationship, you'll know the things your partner don't like based upon the stuff he told you. For example, you know, your partner doesn't like dishonesty. So even if you are a person who feels like you believe in little white lies, or you believe in, covering up the truth to make a person feel better, you know that because your partner doesn't like dishonesty, you're going to try your best to not be dishonest. You're going to try your best to be open, upfront, and not dishonest. So it is with God. You want to make sure that you're not aiming to be a perfect person, because God understands that we are not perfect, but you are aiming to have a perfect like relationship. You are aiming to have a perfect personal relationship. I believe my relationship with God is really perfect in the sense where I'm learning so much to hear his voice so clear, different from the voice of a stranger. When I say making it personal, you want to be able to understand the voice of God. That's how personal you want it to be. If your partner is across the room and you're on the other side of the room and it's loud, your partner shouts your name, you're going to know that's your partner. You're going to know that's my bae. My bae just called me. My bae just called me by my name. So it is with God. I aim for a almost perfect like relationship because I want to know the voice of God different than the voice of a stranger. I want to know when God said left and when he said right. And the beauty about having a personal relationship with God is that he'll talk to you in your own way that you'll understand. He'll talk to you in a way where you'll understand what he's saying and you will know it is him. You'll know his voice different from the voice of a stranger. So that is how we should aim for a personal relationship, because you want to be able to discern his voice. You want to know, that wasn't God, baby. That wasn't God. Not saying that then. My God wouldn't do that. We have a relationship. We have a bond, and ain't no way you're going to tell me to do that. God, was that you? Because I don't know. It's giving copycat. It's giving carbon copy. Like, you sure? Like, talk to me, God. What you trying to say to me? All right. So now I'm about to go to step number 2. Step number 2 is meditation. But before we get into meditation, let's debunk some conspiracy theories around this. People say meditation is not of God. Honey, if you think meditation is not of God, and you think meditation is some other practices besides godliness, read Psalms 119, read Psalms 19, Psalms 49, Psalms 143, Psalm 27, Psalm 16, Psalm 63, Psalm 77, and the list goes on and on and on. Meditation is required. Prayer is where you speak to God, and meditation is where God speaks to you. Meditation is 100% required to have a relationship with God, intimate relationship with God. The next conspiracy theory is meditation has to be done with a singing bowl, whatever bowl, and other instruments and sounds, yada, yada, yada. Nah. No. Meditation is intimacy. It's an intimate, shared, intimate space with you and your Father, creator of all things, a private setting where he's able to minister to you in a way you understand. Okay, the next myth is meditation has to be done sitting. No. Listen, people say it has to be done like in a certain position where the chakras and all of that goody, 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 yada, yada. Really, like stuff like that throws beginners off. Stuff like that will throw people off from meditation, throw people off from even personal development in general, because guess what? Like they make it too hard. They make it sound too difficult. The more simpler terms things are put in, is the more you actually have people doing them. So no, that's another myth. That's a no. Meditation can be done standing. Meditation can be done laying down. Meditation can be done in any way you want it to. But the most important part of meditation is breath work, which is taking a deep breath in and taking a deep breath out. That's extremely important. Breath work is so good because I feel like because we're so busy so much throughout the day, it's the only time that we really get to practice breathing. It's the only time that we get to send love and oxygen throughout our body. It's the only time we get to communicate with everything within us through meditation, through breath work. I really enjoy breath work in meditation because it's just an opportunity to make your body healthy and reset it. Meditation, it can be done in the shower. It can be done while you're sitting on the toilet. It can be done on a balcony, laying in bed, sitting on the couch, while you're on the plane, you name it. Meditation can be done anywhere. Meditation is just literally like, as I was doing before, just sitting still before the Lord. Sometimes you don't even have to be thinking about anything. Sometimes you just have to relax your mind, bring stillness. Taking deep breaths help as well to relax your mind. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just be calm. Just listen to God. Listen to the angels minister to you. Sometimes you can set your intentions. Say, God, I want to know the answer to something. Set your intention. Sometimes you want to send someone love. You want to send someone happiness. Do it that way. Meditation is so beautiful. Oh my God, I was about to like meditate. I was about to meditate a while ago. Meditation is so beautiful. It's so pure. I really love that. Now we have a written form of meditation. I don't know if a lot of people call it written meditation, but I do. It's my favorite one. It's journaling. I love me some journaling. Wherever you'll find me, you'll find a whole bunch of books that I would use for journal. And now my phone is full of a lot of me journaling, because when I'm on the road a lot, which I've been on the road a lot, and sometimes I just need to go in my car, talk to God, and instead of praying, do my favorite thing, which is journaling. And I'm gonna tell you why it's my favorite. Naturally, I'm a writer, and I see writing as therapeutic and fun. And through meditation, written meditation, which is journaling, through journaling, I get to express my creations. I get to take a pause and listen to God as I write. If you're a person who you can't really spell properly, you can't construct proper sentence, that's fine. I want you to know God is a judgment God, and you're not here. You're in a safe place, a safe space, so that is okay too. God is not looking for anything perfect, and God knows the intention before you even said it. So just remember that you're not dealing with a human being force, a human being form that's going to judge you based upon how you construct your sentences, how you spell your words, what you say, how you say them. No, honey, judgment free zone over here. And through my journaling, I commend my day, I commend my week, and I get to write exactly how I feel. If I had a bad day, I'm telling God. If you say something about me, I'm about to go complain to God. Okay, I'm about to run to tell my day that you talk bad about me. Like whatever it is, I run to God. That is my super safe place. Journaling is my everything because I really get to express how I feel. And what I've been noticing through journaling, sometimes you're answering your own questions. It's not really yourself. It's God speaking to your spirit for you to be able to find the answers that you're looking for certain questions, especially if you didn't get them in your meditation session. Journaling really, really helps with that. It helps with God just giving you clarity with a lot of things. Try it and you'll be so surprised. And if you've journaled before, if you're a journaler and you know journalists, if you journal, let me know in the comment section below, because I want to know that I'm not the only one who God answers their questions and concerns through journaling. All right. So research has shown that writing is more intentional and it slows you down, allowing you to think, and it causes neural connections. So the neural connections are just a part of the brain that helps us to move, helps us to balance, help us to think, communicate, and just function properly. So it causes those neural connections to be formed within the brain much faster through writing or scripting or journaling. People burn their journals. I don't like to burn my journal. Honestly, I like to go back and read what I have said. I like to go back and read my growth. It's like a proof of how far you've come and what God has done for you and how stronger you are in your relationship with God. And it just signifies growth in every area. So I don't burn my papers or my journal. I keep them because I'm gonna need that proof, honey. The fourth one is prayer. Prayer is, people would say, isn't prayer like journaling? Honestly, prayer is different. So I have to read this for you. I wrote it and I need to read it for you. Fix my microphone. So funny story. My aunt and I used to go back and forth with um, saying that text messages are not actually literally conversations, right? So she'd be like, text messages aren't conversations. You have to pick up the phone and call. So when people say, is journaling and prayer the same thing? I would say journaling is more like a text message or email to God. Prayer is like direct conversation. So when people would ask me what's the difference, I'd be like, there's your answer. Pick up the phone and call. So literally prayer is talking to God, direct, conversing, talking, chatting it up. Me, I vibe with God. I be like, God, good morning. What's up? How are you doing today? And I just want to tell you I love you. I want to tell you you're great. I want to tell you you're awesome. So if you don't know how to pray, I created my own personal steps for you. So check them out. Here we go. So to start my prayer, I like to thank God first for everything. Like I just said, big him up. Let him know he's the real King. He's the real big boss. I like to ask for forgiveness for known and unknown acts, unknown thoughts, and known thoughts. And I like to ask God for help to ensure I never do them again. So I'm very intentional with this. So I start off by saying, okay, I'm going to go over it. Then I thank God in advance of all He's about to do and all I want Him to do. And then I ask God to ensure these things happen if it's according to His will. And I like to, if anything is bothering me, I like to share that. And I like to ask God if this thing is out of my control. If it is His will, I'm tongue tied. If it is His will, or if it is of my fleshly desires. And for journaling, I use it to clear up any issues I'm having, and I make it extremely personal because God is my bestie, and I be telling God all the teas. So I'm gonna give you an example of how I pray like this. So I start off like, God, what's up? Good morning. How you doing? I want to thank you for today. Thank you for everything. You're awesome. You're great. You're good. You're amazing. You're powerful. You're awesome in everything that you do. I just want to ask you, God, if there's anything I've done or said yesterday, any intentions I might have for today that is wrong. I ask you for forgiveness in advance. And I just ask you to let me know that intentionally they're off and just help me to fix them so that I'll never do them again. Help me to be better and stronger in that particular area. I also say, like, God, if something I'm asking for is not in your will, or if I'm trying to rush ahead of you, let it be known to me and put something to stop me so that I don't go forward rushing ahead of you knowing that it's not time yet or it's not your will. And I ask for what I like. I ask him, I'm like, God, remember I have XYZ going on. I need your help. God, remember my YouTube channel, the growing community, remember my ministry, just whatever it is that I have going on. I just, thank him in advance for those things. If something is bothering me, which is not all the time, but if something is bothering you, you like to ask God. Of course, you're going to develop your own way, but I would say something like, God, yesterday such and such happened. I didn't like that. That really made me feel sad. That made me feel down. And if it's a case where you're trying to strengthen me in this area, um, give me the strength I need. Give me materials to read, materials to listen to, so I'll be strengthened in this area. If it's a case where that just had to happen because that season is over, just let it be known. But it really did bother me, and I was really upset about it. And if I acted out of any way of anger, forgive me. I'm working on that, and I ask that you help me to work on that so that I could be the way you want me to be. I could operate the way you want me to operate and do the things you want me to do and remain in your will instead of remaining outside of your will in certain areas of my life. I know it's a process. I know it takes time, but God, if you could please collapse for me decades into days, I will be grateful. And that's it, and I just say, God, thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for everything you're about to do. And I just say, God, for my friends and family all over the world, protect them, keep them safe, guide them, lead them, direct them. If anybody would need your healing, I pray you heal them. If anybody would need your love, I pray you put love upon them. I send love, light, and healing energy to all my friends and family all over the world. Cover and protect us and keep us safe from all harm, danger, in any shape or form that it may present itself. And I love you, God. I love you so, so much. Thank you for everything you've done, and thank you for all you're about to do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And that's literally how I pray. And you can start off with that template and you can tweak it to your own ways. So yeah, how I pray. This is so funny, guys. Oh, I have a laughing emoji, so I know it was teased. All right, so I like to pray before I get out of bed in the mornings because honestly, if I get out of bed or if I get a phone call from my mama or nowadays my niece, it's over. Like I'm gonna pray a little late if I don't pray as soon as I get out of bed or while I'm still in bed. If I don't do that, it's gonna be hard. Meditation, I don't have a time for meditation. I would recommend you can do it the first thing in the morning, like prayer, or the last thing before bed. I love to command my day. I love to ask God, be the boss sometimes, to God, because He know I'm already like that. So I like to command my day, ask God to set my intentions for my day and how I want it to go. So I recommend first thing in the morning, just like me, before you get out of bed. There's no certain time of the day to pray. It's honestly up to you and what you'd prefer. Because you can pray unlimited times a day. I don't know. It's a funny story, and let me know in the comment below if y'all ever went to bed praying, woke up, and continued to pray, or went to bed, prayed, and dreamt that you were praying. Let me know. Funny story, like just jump out of bed. God, okay, well, thank you so much. Everything you've done, like literally crazy, like literally. Okay, so I like to pray in the mornings, and I also like to pray when I jump in my car. As soon as I get in my car's name is Baby Blessings. I'm like, hey, Baby Blessings, good morning. How are you? May God cover us today, keep us safe today, let everything in you work today. Like, guys, I know you're gonna be like, girl, that's too much. But don't worry, you'll get to that point. The main point is just to follow the step guide and learn it from there. Everything else will come naturally according to how your relationship is going to be and how you're going to tweak it, how you're going to have your own uniqueness in your relationship with God. Now, the fifth step guide and the last is personal development. And I'm just going to read this to you. Just like a partner, we want to be the best version of ourselves for them and for us. So it is with God. We listen to certain materials, we listen to certain music, we read the Holy Book, we listen to motivation to help us grow our faith and enhance our relationship. We always strive for a more deeper connection. And if you're not familiar with personal development is growth. It's materials that you'll use to grow yourself. Some people would consider meditation as personal development, but I don't consider meditation as personal development. I consider meditation as a more spiritual development. But to each its own. Like I said, there's no wrong or right here. It's all about your personal relationship. So I feel like I'm too far away from y'all. I feel like I'm not up and close and personal like I need to be. Yeah, so personal development is listening to materials. If you feel led to listen to certain sermons, and when I say like feel led, I mean like if God is calling you, God showed you that I want you to listen to this, you may need to listen to that. If you find somebody who works for you, a preacher, a pastor, prophet, somebody that you can use as a motivator, an inspirer, or even a visual coach that would help you to find the right materials to build a closer relationship with God, I definitely recommend that. I definitely recommend listening to materials that help you grow as a person, stuff that will push you, stuff that will help you to be a better version of yourself, motivation, like this podcast channel, which will help you with certain areas of your life that you may be struggling or may not be struggling in, but sometimes we just need like a little refresher. We already know what's going on. We already know everything about that area, but we just need like a quick pick me up in that area to remind us that, okay, get it together, girl. You're this, da, 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 da. You're lacking, da, da, da. You've been slacking, da, da, da. Yeah, I'm going to create some kind of platform where I'm able to write this out for you to go back and read if you are someone who learns by reading. So, guys, I hope I wasn't rambling too much and all over the place. If I was, let me know. I value you guys' opinions, I value your thoughts. We're all learning process. It's still new for me. Everything, the camera, the microphone. They're not moving around, like sitting still. Not trying to laugh too much, trying to be serious and not a joke. Like it's all new for me. So I'm happy to be growing together with y'all. And yeah, if you have any questions, any concerns, let me know. If you feel like you have something personal you want to ask based upon the topics and you don't want to have it sitting and lingering in the comment section where everybody else can read it, feel free to use up the social media handles. And if you have any business inquiries, you can email me. Everything you need to contact me will be in the description box below. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get all the videos as soon as I upload them. And thank you guys so much for coming into my home, joining me, sitting with me, vibing with me, locking into this video. And until next time, stay amazingly positive. And remember, God loves you so, 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 so much. Mwah. Bye.